Integers, multiplying, and dividing. We have different rules for integers. We have one set for adding integers. We have a set of rules for subtracting integers. And today we're going to take a look at the rules involving multiplying and dividing integers. So first of all, when you multiply two numbers, the result is called the product. And when you divide two numbers, the result is called the quotient. So the solution to a multiplication problem is called a product, and the solution to a division problem is called the quotient. So if both numbers you're multiplying or dividing have the same sign, your answer will be positive. That is something great to write down for notes here. So if both numbers, if you're multiplying two numbers together, if they have the same sign, your answer will be positive. So for example, when you were in elementary school and you multiplied 9 times 8 to get 72, you were really multiplying a positive number times a positive number, getting a positive answer. So we didn't even say that, we just knew a positive times a positive is a positive. 8 times 7, positive times positive is positive. 8 times 7 is 56. 6a times 9 is a positive times a positive, and we have a positive answer of positive 54a. Now, if both numbers you're multiplying or dividing have the same sign, your answer will be positive, even if both are negative. So a negative times a negative is positive. This is not true when it comes to other rules. This is a rule specific to multiply and divide. Same sign positive, even if they're both negative. So 8 times 6 is 48. Negative times a negative is positive. Negative 63 divided by negative 9. If the signs are the same, your answer is positive. Negative 54 divided by negative 6 is 9. So multiply and divide, same signs, positive. Now, if both numbers you're multiplying or dividing have different signs, your answer will always be negative. So we're talking about two numbers here. If one is positive and one is negative, and we're multiplying or dividing, we will have a negative answer or a negative quotient. So let's look at some examples with different signs. And does it matter which number is larger? No, we're just looking at the signs. It does not matter. Does it matter whether the negative number comes first or last? No, that has no impact. For multiplying and dividing, we're just really looking at the signs to see if they have the same sign, your answer is positive. If they have different signs, then your answer is negative. So, example, negative 9 times 6. Are those signs the same or different? They are different, so our answer will be negative. 9 times 6 is 54, so negative 9 times positive 6 is negative 54. Are the signs the same or different? Different signs, negative answer. 9 times negative 6a is negative 54a. Are the signs the same or different when we're dividing? Remember, fractions are just another way of writing division. Negative divided by a positive is negative. Different signs, negative answer for multiply and divide. 64 divided by negative 8, the signs are different, so the answer is negative. And 64 divided by 8 is 8, so 64 divided by negative 8, negative 8. Now let's mix them up. Let's look at some that you'll see on assignments where you have them all mixed together. So in this case, are the signs the same or different? Well, they're the same. They're both negative. So our answer is going to be positive. 9 times 6 is 54. Are the signs the same or different? Well, I have a negative 7 and a positive 8, so the signs are different. So we'll have a negative answer, negative 56. Are the signs the same or different? Well, they're both negative, which means they're both the same. So we have a positive answer. 48 divided by 6 is 8. Are the signs the same or different? Different. So my answer is negative. And 8 divided by 8 is 1. Put it together, we have negative 1. What if we have more than two numbers? This is a good rule to write down. So when you multiply an even number of negative numbers together, the answer will be positive. When you multiply an even number of negative numbers together, the answer will be positive. When you multiply an odd number of negative numbers together, the answer will be negative. So we multiply an even number of negative numbers together, we get a positive answer. But if we multiply an odd number of negative numbers, we get a negative solution. So for example, without solving, we could do the solve part, but in this case, we're just really worried about the sign. How many negatives are we multiplying? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 are negative. That's an even number. 4 is an even number. So if I multiply an even number of negatives together, your answer will be positive. And then you could do the 4 times 5 times 2 times 3. What about this one? Is the sign going to be negative or positive? Well, how many negatives do we have? Negative 5, negative 23, negative 4. That's 3 negative numbers we're multiplying. 3 is an odd number. So what sign is the product? It will be negative. So does it matter how many positives we have mixed in here? Does it matter how many positive numbers are involved? No. We're just counting the number of negatives. If you have an even number of negatives being multiplied, your answer is positive. If you have an odd amount of negatives being multiplied, you will have a negative answer. So I hope that helps you get started on multiplying and dividing integers. Have a great day. OUT spells out.